Hi, I'm Andy Alloway. I'm the owner of Nebraska Realty. 2017 was another really good year in real estate and housing overall. Probably not the record year that we saw last year, but the only reason, it was almost, but the only reason is because inventories have been down so much. We got such a high demand that we just weren't able to put enough homes on the market for people to buy. And prices keep appreciating in new construction to the point where a lot of the affordable homes can't be built. So we're working on solutions for that, but it was another incredible year in the real estate industry. The home ownership rate has started to tick up to it in about the last year and a half, which is a really important thing. So if you see this graph here over the last 50 years, at our peak or at our low level in the second quarter of 2016, the home ownership rate was about 63.2%, 63.3%, which was the lowest basically we'd seen it in 50 years. We started in the last year and a half to trend back upwards, 63.9%. To our peak was about 69% pre-recessionary levels. This is really important on so many levels. Housing is such a big piece of our economy. For every home sale, we generate about 50,000 to 60,000 in economic impact from that. Think about going out and buying furniture or paint or all the projects that you do. It really drives our economy in many, many ways. And so the home ownership rate is so important from that way, but it builds stronger communities. When you put down roots, it builds stronger schools because you're more vested in that community, and it builds net worth, which is huge for families and individuals alike, and I'll show you that here in a second. But there's so many benefits to home ownership that it's good to see that it's going and trending back in the right direction. One of the biggest gaps in that in the last few years has been millennials. Millennials came around and came into their own out of college at the worst time, in the worst recession we've seen in decades. And so they didn't have the ability to get a lot of the jobs that normally they could have gotten. They've had to put their plans maybe on hold a little bit, or just lifestyle. They wanted to put their plans on hold a little bit. But a lot of that goes back to student debt impact. So the student debt is the #1 reason that's cited by millennials that is the impediment to buying a home. And part of the issue with that is the student loan program is subsidized through the federal government, and it's basically at a fixed rate of 7% forever, even though interest rates have been far less. So to figure out, we've been trying to work on solutions to lower that interest rate, to get that student loan debt down, or those payments down, so more people can enter that housing market. That's really an important thing, especially for younger people and millennials. And then this is really the big one. As I mentioned before, that wealth creation is so important on home ownership. And if you take a look at this, the blue is 2000, the red is 2016. If you were a renter in the year 2000, your average net worth was about $5,000. In 2016, if you're renting, your average net worth is about $5,000. Conversely, if you look at home ownership, if you were a homeowner in 2000, your average net worth was about $190,000. And in 2016, your average net worth is about $260,000. It's a significant difference. And like I said, all the benefits that come with stronger communities and schools and for families and economic impact. But you just look at the net wealth that's created from that. Home ownership is such an important thing. It's one of the things that makes our country so great, because we are believers in those property rights, in home ownership. That's why I'm really proud to be part of the National Association of Realtors that fights really hard and advocates for that. So I hope you thought this was interesting today. If you have any other questions, you're always welcome to give me a call or shoot me an email. Thanks for watching today.